Hey, what up, YouTube? Shout out to everybody out there listening. Like, comment, and subscribe as always. All right, today I want to get into a little bit about the Tank Davis versus Hector Luis Garcia. Okay, that fight looks like it's going to be extremely good. We got Garcia, who's a southpaw. We got Tank, who's conventional, who can switch up. Ted got a lot of a lot of bully instincts. He knows how to cut the ring off. He knows how to attack the body. Garcia is a volume puncher. And we know Tank has had problems with volume punches in the past. And they're questioning Tank's gas tank. And they're questioning did Tank get knocked out in sparring? There's a lot of questions going on in there, and especially with all the controversy surrounding Tank Davis. I know she came out and she said it didn't happen or whatever the case may be, but with all the controversy that and all of that started, I mean, everybody's just saying it's a payoff now. She just got paid off, so she retracted her statements or whatever. It was a money grab. So, but that's all outside of the ring. But what is that going to play into Tank mentally inside the ring? So that's all going to go into this prediction right now. So, I mean, we're about to really dissect this fight and see if we can come up with an accurate prediction that will show tonight. Okay. So first, I think Tank has been through all types of storm. I think he's mentally tough enough to handle this type of storm. I think this is Tank has always had all eyes on him since he beat Pedraza. So all eyes have been on him since he beat Pedraza, and so I think he's really accustomed to the bright lights. I think he's really accustomed to this is not his first pay-per-view showdown. He's more comfortable in this type of situation, this type of atmosphere. Hector Luis Garcia, I don't think he's been in this type of atmosphere. I think it could get to him. I think being so, I mean, looked at in this high profile. You know what I mean? That could get to anybody. All of the media attention. He's never really had this before. Yeah, he's beaten Chris Colbert, but Chris Colbert is not on the level of Tank. Chris Colbert was a prospect. Tank is a proven veteran champion, a young veteran champion. Tank is proven to be a veteran. Okay. Is the things that he's done inside the ring, is the competition that he's faced, is the adversity that he's overcome. So when you look at Hector Luis Garcia, I mean, he's had adversity and he's had a tough fights, but he's still undefeated. So he's weathered those storms. But when you look at the resume of a Tank Davis compared to the resume of a Hector Garcia, you start seeing that Hector Garcia really uh, is not on the level of a Tank Davis. I mean, not saying he can't be. Maybe he didn't get the fights that he wanted. Maybe, I mean, it was a hard road, but and I do believe that he is a deserving champion. Let's get that out there. He throws an immense amount of punches per round. He stays on the gas tank. He gonna go all the way to the 12th round. So he's not gonna have a problem with stamina. He's not gonna have a problem with conditioning. So anything like that Tank Davis don't put the if he don't start fast and he don't start often and get rounds in the bank, Garcia could start piling up rounds. And that's one way I see Garcia winning. Like Garcia doesn't have I don't think he has the power to knock out Tank or surprise Tank with a big shot. I haven't seen it done. I haven't seen it done when Tank went to the floor yet. So I'm not somebody has to prove that to me for it to happen. Uh, so yeah, he knocked out Chris Colbert or whatever, but Chris Colbert doesn't have the same chin as a Tank Davis. You can't compare the two fighters. They're both two different fighters, and I mean the shots that Hector Garcia was getting hit with by Colbert. Those shots are gonna be crisp, faster, and harder by Tank. Tank Davis is a proven knockout artist, and if he plays three punches in a row, like Colbert was doing, or they exchange, he doesn't want to be on the end of that exchange. He doesn't want to be in the midst of exchanging with Tank. He doesn't want to exchange with Tank. It seems like a good idea, but if Tank sit down on a shot, then it could be a good like Garcia. We don't really know how good his chin is. He's been stunned a couple of times that I've seen. I mean, I'm not sure if he's ever hit the canvas, but if he starts getting hit with shots like that from Davis, something that he's never felt before in the bright lights, it's something different. It's something different when you get hit that hard under the bright lights and you have a game plan and we don't know what his mental condition is. We don't know if he's fatigued mentally from all the exhaustion from the media, from the press conferences, from all of these things. We don't know if he's over emotionally invested. We don't know. All of these things are gonna show tonight. This is why it's gonna be a great fight because none of these guys are coming to lose. Both are coming to win. Both are coming guns blazing, and both want to make a name for themselves. Tank want to continue his name and be the pay-per-view attraction. He wants to continue his legacy and be undefeated. Would be the pay-per-view attraction, taking on all of the fights, and then he got Ryan Garcia next. And this fight right here could only be a war. It's only one way this fight is going, and it's going down in a war. I don't think Garcia is gonna back down. I don't think Tank got back down in him. So this is gonna be a fight between two dogs going at it, and yeah, I believe that Hector Garcia's Tank's gonna start off. He's gonna pop the jab out. Hector Garcia is gonna come out. He's gonna try to make sure show Tank that he's there to win. And once he shows Tank that he's there to win, that's when the fight's gonna break out because Tank is there to win as well, and Tank is not gonna let him bank these rounds in the beginning. He might let him get the first, but I see the first going to Tank. I see the second as a swing round because they both are gonna really open up in the second round. I believe, and then the third round is where the fight breaks out. The third round breaks out in the fight because both of them see that this guy is not giving and taking. This guy is not letting. It's not he's not letting off the gas pedal. So and this guy's throwing hard shots. So they're gonna really start to mix it up in the third round. And I say by the sixth round is going to be telling of who has the stamina and who has the durability to make it throughout the fight. Because in the sixth round, it's going to show if Tank is moving and cutting off the ring, or if Garcia is searching, seeking, and destroying on Tank and accumulating the damage with the accumulative punches. Tank doesn't really get hit too often, and he has great defense. So I'm really trying to see if Tank is gonna use those punches and bunches to make Garcia pay, which I believe will happen. I believe he's going to use those punches and bunches to make Garcia pay. He's going to put power shots and a power uppercut through some of those punches that Garcia throws. He's going to hit him to the body. He's going to make him protect that body. And Tank is going to get low. He's going to be fast and he's going to move. He's going to be slick. You know what I mean? But I want to know if Tank can do that throughout the whole fight with with the pressure Garcia is going to put on. I mean, that's what I'm intrigued to see. But what I do know, I know that I got Tank winning this fight by eighth round knockout. But it can go 12. Uh, it can go 12. But if it goes 12, I mean, that's only because Garcia was accumulating the punches on Tank. I don't. Tank could win a decision, but if it goes 12, I will put more on Garcia winning that decision because Yeah, I mean, they want to see not only if Tank seem vulnerable, they're gonna try to take, even though it's his promotion, they're gonna try to take it from him. So I think Tank needs to win by knockout in his profile fight. I don't think he needs to let Garcia throw more punches at him to so somebody could assume that Garcia won and didn't land punches. He got to stay off the ropes. He can't be on the ropes and let Garcia throw punches because that's how fights are stolen. Because even if those punches are land, even those punches don't land, they're still counted by the judges. They're still counted by the fans. You know, like I deal with fans all the time, and they want to bring everything in it but the sport. The sport is the sport for a reason. You know what I mean? If the punches you get scored by landed punches, if the punches are not landed on the ropes, even though it looks good, you still can't score the punches that are not landed. You can only score the punches that are landed. So even if somebody throws an 11 punch combination on the ropes and they only hit three punches, only three punches can be scored. We have to really think about this, people, and we have to really like give these fighters the respects that they deserve. I know people have their favorites, they have who they like and everything like that, but let's think about it. These guys are putting their lives on the line. These guys go out there and they put their hearts and their souls and they leave it all in the ring. So you have to give them their just due of what they're out there doing, because if you go to work every day, you want your just due. And they go to work every day and they deserve and the fight card tonight. What? The PBC is always delivering with fight cards. They have the best fight cards. I'll be the first one to say it. Like I watch boxing all the time, and Top Rank boxing card doesn't do it for me. The Zone boxing card doesn't do it for me. It really doesn't, because it's. I mean, you get maybe you get one good fight, maybe two fights, and sometimes even the main event doesn't be good. It's not good. So it's like, I mean, hit or miss. Like with the PBC, even if it's unknown talent in their main events, they make a name for themselves. They make a name for themselves and they make a statement that night. PBC is always, and I'm tired of people have one good fight out of the year and they take away the credit from PBC's consistency. PBC consistently has been giving great fights since its inception, and they get a lot of hate from boxing, and I don't understand why, because they've given us the most meaningful fights in the last 5 to 7 years. And we can go back more than that, but just to say the 5 to 7 years, they're giving us the meaningful fights. They've given us the undisputed fights. They've given us the fights of the unification fights. They have given us the big fights when they could make a big fights all the time. They make up and comers come up and they shine off of good competition. It's not every time you go on the PBC ring, you have competition across from you. It's not a fighter that they just picked out the gym and just threw him in there like, all right, you're gonna fight tonight. No, they carefully select and make sure that the matchups and the styles make the fight. And that's what I love about the sport of boxing, that the matchmakers at PBC make sure they make the matchups that make the fight. Yeah, sometimes you have your money grabs, and of course you have to go with the money. Yeah, I mean that's only smart. But they go with the technique, they go with the passion, they go with the sport, the fire for the sport, the fire that I have for the sport, the love that I have for the sport. You know what I mean? And I say sport because we have to understand this is a sport. So we have to treat it as such. That sport has rules, and you can only be the best when you follow the rules. You can't be the best and cheat at the rules. That's a cheater. And we have to understand that. I get a lot of people who come around me and they say, "Oh, this guy's the best. This guy's the best. This guy's the best." How could he be the best if he didn't do it? He didn't do it all on his own, and he has to live with that. He knows he's not the best. Don't tell me he's the best, and you believe he's the best, but he knows in his heart of hearts he's not the best. And that's what boxing is about. In your heart of hearts, you're gonna know if you won or lost that night when you get in the ring. Only a fighter can tell you if he won or lost that fight. You know what I mean? Because it's in his heart. A fighter knows he lost. If a fighter knows he's lost and he's still acting like he won, he gotta live with that. It eats at him every day. When a fighter wins and he knows he won, he feel like he conquered the world, especially in those big fights, because that's when you fight the best and you come out on top of beating the best, and it was all fair and square. You didn't cheat. You didn't do anything that was against the rules of boxing. It shows up. It shows up in your character, in your heart. You know you can sleep at night and you can sleep good because you know you beat that man and nobody gave it to you. You know what I mean? And Tank knows that, and a lot of other fighters know that. And these fighters, they don't want to put themselves at risk to lose or feel like they lost. Like if you lost and you know you lost, you know what I mean, it's okay. It's okay to lose sometimes. I mean, everybody can't be undefeated, and the sport would be crazy if everybody was undefeated. I don't understand why everybody want to protect their own. I mean, everybody want to be Floyd, but they don't want to take the Floyd journey. They don't want to fight the best. Floyd has fought more champions in his career than any other boxer in the history of boxing. So, like, when you sit up here and you compare like Floyd to anybody else, like when you talk about Floyd, he fought the best. He didn't duck, he didn't hide, he fought the best. He called the best out. The best didn't want to fight him when he wanted to fight them. And when he got money, they switched the narrative to Floyd didn't want to fight nobody when he was calling these guys out for years. And it's like kind of like Earl Spence. Everybody wants Earl Spence to fight Keith Thurman now, which I want to see the fight too. But I could understand Earl Spence not wanting to fight Keith Thurman after he wanted to fight so long, and Floyd even wanted to put up the WBC belt for him to fight Spence at the time, and he didn't want to fight Spence at the time, which would have been a good fight. And if you wanted to derail this young prospect, why wouldn't you do it then? So why would you wait for him to mature and go through car accidents and everything like that to want to fight him? So I mean, I don't know, but I mean, I got still got Spence winning that fight. I just think Keith Thurman ain't gonna withstand the body attack, the ferocious body attack of Earl Spence. But that's for another day. Another one, like I said, I take an 8. If the fight goes the distance, I believe that they will try to rob Tank and give it to Garcia because I just kind of feel that kind of vibe coming on right now from the media. They just like want to like stick a knife in Tank right now. They're hyping him up and everything right now, but they're just ready to stick that knife in him like he lost, like A, like AB Adrian Broner. They ready for these PBC fighters, the top PBC fighters, the top pay per view owners, the people who could take Canelo's spot, the people who could take over boxing, and it's not of I mean that's not. I mean, who could take over boxing? That's not. That's black. They don't want to see a boxer take over the sport that's black. And it's a shame to say that. It's a shame for me to even have to say that on air or say anything like that. But it's shame when a whole total of people in society gets treated a certain way, and meanwhile they are convicted of being these people by certain standards that other people don't have to meet. And it's embarrassing, and it's overwhelming for some people to have to live in those shoes. And it's embarrassing as a people that we allow certain things to take place. To take place. We, like, I'm not gonna stop speaking the truth. No, I believe Hector Garcia has a chance of winning. Yeah, yes, he does. Do I believe that he could beat Tank? I don't think so. I mean, but it's on any given night. It could be somebody's night. But I believe if it goes to scorecards, that it will be some trickery involved. And I'm not saying that to say, oh, if Garcia wins a close fight, oh, I believe it was a robbery. If he wins the first fight, I will come out here and say that he won a close fight. It was a good fight. If he knocks Tank out, I'll come on here and say he knocked Tank out. But as of right now, my prediction of what I believe will happen, I believe Tank and 8 by knockout, stoppage, whatever you want to call it. If it goes a distance, I believe some kind of trickery will be involved, especially with Garcia's volume of punching. I mean, if he doesn't land, I mean, if he doesn't land these punches and they're scoring them and giving them rounds, then you'll see what I predict come true. If there is some kind of trickery and there is some type of craziness, but Tank and 8 is my prediction. And you guys have a good day. Enjoy your fight night. Matter of fact, hold up. I got Boots Ennis. I got it got a good fight. I got Andre. I got Andre in his fight because he's fighting somebody who's not used to it. So yeah, he's never been at the world class level. So Andre has been at the world class level for a long time. So this guy's not been at the world class level, and I believe Boo Boo's in his prime. So yeah, he's looking for Canelo. So yeah, I got Boo Boo. The welterweight clash. Not man, I'm not too sure on that one. The welterweight clash with Ellis. I want to see. I want to see. I got Boots all the way. I got Boots all the way. Not gonna call how these fights are gonna end. The undercard fights because they're all tremendously good fights. I've got Boots by knockout though. I'm not gonna say which round. Uh, welterweight clash with Ellis. I'm not sure on the winner. I think it's going to be a real good fight. I think that's really going to be a good fight. I think that's the fight that slept on, and I think it's really going to be an excellent clash of styles. Um, and Dimitri, like I said, he's going to win. He's going to win probably decision. Probably decision. That's why they put it first because this fight is basically for a decision unless the opponent knocks Andre out because Andre doesn't have the power at for the knockout. I don't believe Andre has the power for the knockout. Yeah, but yeah, that's who I got. I got Andre, I got Boots, and I got Tank. Bang bang. And that's all for now. You guys have a good one. Enjoy. Yeah,